Hello everyone, my name is Ben and I'd like to talk about how not all SD cards are created equal. Stay tuned. Okay, so if you notice out on the market, there's different types of SD cards. There's, regular old SD cards, SDHC, SDXC. Well, HC is a larger capacity, high capacity. XC is extreme capacity, starting at 32 and going way up above 64 gigabytes, where SDHC maxes out at 32 gigabytes. You've also noticed some smaller SD cards, such as the micro or mini SD cards. And micro SD cards are used in little small electronic devices such as this audio recorder. But what I'd like to cover today is how not all SD cards are created equal in the fact that many have different read-write speeds. If you notice, you'll see just a regular old SD card that's usually 2 megabytes or 1 megabyte per second read-write speed, which is really slow. What you see used in most of the first point-and-shoot cameras. Then you would see something like a class 2 card, or maybe a class 4 card, or a class 6, or a class 10. Well, those all start at the different megabytes per second record speed. So a class 2 is 2 megabytes, 4 is 4 megabytes, class 6, 6 megabytes, and 10, as you guessed it, 10 megabytes. So if you pick up a Canon Vixia or an HD camera such as this, you'll notice that it can record both flash memory internally and also to an SD card. Now, if you notice, it has an SD card slot right here. Pop in an SD card, start filming. For this type of camera, there isn't too much information being recorded. It is HD, but it's an older HD camera, so a class 6 or maybe a class 10 would be fine for this type of camera. Now, if you're bumping up to a DSLR like I did, you'll notice that those older memory cards won't cut it for these. These DSLRs need extremely fast cards to read and write information to them. They're recording such high bit rates that they need a faster card. So I popped in a class 10 on on my Canon DSLR here, and it wasn't able to record all the video I wanted to. After about 10 or 20 seconds, it would stop and say, memory card, reading, and then have like a flashing light and basically giving me an error. So I found out that after many trials and tribulations, it would not work with a lower class SD card. Well, I thought class 10 was the highest. Well, I was wrong. Not all classes are made equal. You'll see a class 6, a class 10. Usually those are good for HD video, but it really depends on the read-write speed. So if you notice, I have an SD card here that is a class 10 and does 30 megabytes per second. It's a SanDisk extreme card. It's very, very fast. And if you remember, class 10 is usually 10 megabytes per second. I also have another class 10 card here, Extreme Pro from SanDisk, and it's 95 megabytes per second. Extremely fast, one of the faster cards you can get on the market right now. And it's a U1 card, standing for ultra high speed card. It's pretty new on the market. It's just amazing how far technology has come. On a little tiny chip like this, you can record tremendous amounts of information very, very fast. This just happens to be a 32 gigabyte version. I actually love it so much. I bought a second one to use with the camera I'm filming with now. And some cards you'll see, instead of having megabytes per second on the card, it'll say like X or times 133 or times 66 or whatever it may be. Those times refer to the amount faster the card is compared to a CD-ROM, which I believe a CD-ROM read-writes at 1.2 megabits per second. 133 times card will read and write at around 20 megabytes per second. So, different times cards give you different time speeds. So remember, it's 1.2 megabits per second that it's multiplying from. That's another reason why a lot of computer manufacturers have gone away from using CDs. Not only do they take up a lot of space in computers, especially laptops, but they're also slow and antiquated. So you can really see how the market is moving away from that type of media. So when I wanted to do some recording with my Canon DSLR, I really looked online to find some suggestions on what SD card to use. And I've read some stuff about these U1 cards, and from my experience, they're amazing, but they're extremely fast, very durable, X-ray proof, so going in and out of the airport, they're fine, shock proof, waterproof. They're really, really good cards. and they are a bit pricey, around the $80 to $90 mark, depending when you buy them and where you buy them. But they're extremely worth it in my case. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Ben, and hopefully you learned a little something new today. I know I certainly did, and I like to spread that knowledge with others. So feel free to subscribe. I'm not sure how often I'll be able to post videos, but it's a hobby of mine, so hopefully pretty soon. Have a great day, guys.